Alright, so today, two things. First off, I will 3 quick slides, okay? The first slide is going to be the longest. The next 2 slides will probably take a grand total of a minute to do once you see the pattern and do that. And then I also want to, your homework is due today. Okay, so get that turned in. Because you should only have the numbers 5 and 6 on the back side to do yet. And you'll be able to do those in plenty of time yet today. Okay? Alright? So, here we go. Okay? So, I would like you, as a warm-up, this was Monday's lesson. Okay? So I would like you to find me the standard form of a line. What's the kickers with standard form? No fractions, no decimals, and there's one more kicker with standard form. No fractions, no decimals is one. What's the other one? There's another condition. Nope. Something about x and y. They got to be on the same side. Yep. X and y are on the same side. No fractions, no decimals. Okay. So both of your lines are going to go through the point -3, 4, and the first line I want parallel to the line that's given. The second line that you come up with, I want perpendicular to the line that's given. Okay. So there's 2 answers to get here. Okay. 2 equations to make. Go. So, if I want to find the equation of a line, what's the very first thing that I need to find in regards to that line? Slope. I got to find the slope. Well, I've got 2 lines that I've got to find. In part A, we got to go parallel. In part B, we got to go perpendicular to a particular line. So the first thing that we need to do here is we need to find the slope of 6y equals 7x plus 60. So in order to do that, I'm going to divide everything by 6, because then it's in y equals mx plus b form. So then it would be y equals 7x, or 6x plus 10. Given that line, what is the slope of that line? 7/6, okay? So that's the slope of my original line. From that now, I need to first go parallel. So what is the parallel slope to 7/6? 7/6. With me? Okay. So I would use the point slope form. The point slope form says y minus y sub 1, in this case that's 4, equals my slope times x minus x sub 1, which is -3, so that becomes a positive 3. Now, because I know that we need to be in standard form, that means no fractions, I'm going to get rid of this fraction by multiplying this entire equation by 6. So the 6 gets multiplied there, there, and there. So that would give me then, sorry, this cart just got to move. That would give me then 6y minus 24 equals 7 times the quantity x plus 3. And my fraction is gone. That's a good thing, because that's one of the 2 conditions. Then I can distribute Then it said we need to get x and y on the same side. So I am going to subtract 7x from both sides, which means all my numbers need to be on the other side. So I'm going to add 24 to both sides. And that gives me, in part A parallel line of negative 7x plus 6y equals 45. Thumbs up that we got the parallel one. Thumbs to the side, we maybe had one or two mistakes. Thumbs down, nowhere near. Okay. Then in part B, it said we needed to be perpendicular. What is the perpendicular slope back to our original slope of 7, 6? Negative 6 over 7. The point that I'm still going to use is still going to be negative 3, comma 4. And I follow the same pattern that we just did. Y minus 4 equals now negative 6/7 times x plus 3. Standard form still. So I'm going to now this time multiply everything by 7. That would give me then 7y minus 28 equals negative 6 times x plus 3. Distribute. 7y minus 28 equals negative 6x minus 18. Again, x and y on the same side. Add 6x to both sides. Add 28 to both sides. That would give me then my answer for part B of positive 6x plus 7y equals 10. Questions? Yes. First? Yes. AX plus BY. Other questions? Those of us that didn't understand this, do we understand this now? Just a little bit? Yeah. So we're not going to ask any questions so that we understand it fully, because this is going to be on our test in a week. Okay. Second half of today's notes then are going to entail, now I'm going to give you, this is going to be kind of hard to take notes on. You know, draw yourself a quick little sketch of this graph and put it in the notes, but the main thing is the process that you use. So yesterday in class, we graphed absolute values. Okay? Today in class, I'm going to give you the graph. I want you to give me the equation. So we're doing the same steps that we did yesterday, just in reverse. Now, yesterday, you learned that the equation of an absolute value graph was y equals a times the absolute value of x minus h, then plus k. You learned the standard form of an absolute value. Standard form of an absolute value. We also then talked about what those different parts were. Does anybody remember what a, h, or k does for us in the absolute value graph? from yesterday. What do you got, Ray? Give me one.
Well, I don't know if it's negative and positive.
Opens up or down, or okay. Can you be a little more specific? Which one is which?
Negative opens down.
If A is negative, it opens down.
Down.
Perfect. I love it. That's one thing that we learned yesterday. If A is positive, our V is going to be a V. If A is negative, our V is going to be a kindergarten mountaintop. Okay? What do you got? K shifts the graph up or down. Okay? Love it. Where are we at? H is opposite, but which way does it slide it then? Left and right. Yep, so it slides, H slides it left and right. A opens it up or down. Now, we also talked when we were graphing, we did something with A when we were graphing. Which one? It's not both of them.
Well, A's are.
A is the slope of the right side from the vertex, right?
Inverse A.
Opposite A is the left side slope then, right? Yep, which is different than A. That's because I want it to be AA. Okay? So, and then we said something yesterday when we were graphing about H and K. There are vertex. Okay? So what we need to first do is we first need to identify that vertex point. Okay? So your first step when you're going backwards, when you're giving me the equation, is you're going to identify the vertex point, because that's H and K. Okay? So in this case, it is -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, comma, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So my vertex, which we just said was H, comma, K, is going to be -5, comma, 4. Okay? Then we also said that A is the slope of the right side yesterday. So let's find the slope of the right side. Well, to go from this point to that point, I go down 1 and right 2. Down 1, right 2 is what kind of a slope? It's negative for sure, because it's 1 because it's opening down, and 2 because it went down. So it's negative what? Down 1, right 2. So it'd be -1/2. Do you agree with -1/2? Rise over run. We rose -1, we ran 2. So the slope of my right side would be -1/2. Okay? Now all of that, those three things, H, K, and A, are the only things that you need to fill in your equation. Okay? So the equation of this absolute value that I have right here is y equals, my A value is -1/2. Absolute value, x is x. What am I going to put in here? Am I going to put -5? Am I going to put +5? Or am I just going to put 5? Yeah. +5, do we agree with +5? Okay. Because yesterday we said, as Carter told us, to 1, we said vote for Carter, and 2, it was think oppositely. So it's negative in our point, which means it's going to be positive in our equation. Like I did very well. Okay. And then the K is just +4. Now, the hardest part with today, I say this, and you're going to say, it's not the hardest part. The hardest part is you're actually writing an equation with absolute values. And you are going to want to, because your brain is subconsciously thinking that, you're going to want to make your absolute values curved and into parentheses. Okay? But that means something totally different. So you've got to keep your brain focused on These are absolute values. I gotta make my absolute values straight. Okay? Otherwise, it's something totally different. Okay? Hold 1 second there, my dear. You get tomorrow's independent learning day activity, which also doubles as next week's homework. So guess what? If you don't independently get it done tomorrow, right? Any questions on that? Good? Awesome. Okay? So based off of this, I blew it up so it's big enough for you guys to figure it out. Okay? You find me the equation of this absolute value. So you should have gotten 1, 2, 3, 4, comma, -2 for your vertex. Slope of your right side should have been rise 1, 2, and 3, run of 1. So that is a slope of 3, which would give you then y equals 3 times the absolute value of x minus 4, then minus 2. That should have been your equation. What's up? No, positive 3 because it's opening up.
Oh.
Yep.
You know if you're wrong, you would throw
No, I would not. If you put 6 over 2, I would. Okay. Right, that's all I got for today. Tomorrow is your independent learning day, okay? And so what Mr. Roth and I came up with for your independent learning day, number 1, which is tomorrow, you get a couple of these during the year, which is actually a good thing, because I think, because they're doing independent learning days, we will have actual, real snow days again this year. Okay? So that was the original intent of the. We won't have you like in the last few years when we had a snow day, it was a virtual day, you know, and then you have to meet with your Google Meets and all that stuff. Because we're doing these, we don't have to do the real snow days. What?
virtual learning days?
Yeah. Okay.
Well, if we get a snow
Right.
day, then would it still like make the school year longer then, or no?
No, because we're good for the first 4. After that, then they'll be virtual. Because any snow day would be a virtual day. And then I know what we learned through those. So this is on top. So back to what this is. So this is next week's homework. It is the week 6 worksheet, unit 2 review worksheet. Our test is next week Friday. Okay. So this one will be due on Friday of next week. Okay? Your brown or your tan worksheet will be due today. Okay? Right? Because you have plenty of time. You've got a whole mod yet to finish it, which you should only have to finish it for 30 seconds to do those 2 problems. Okay?